Today, I'm going to be resetting the NFL with a fantasy draft to see who wins the Super Bowl. I mean, this should definitely be a very interesting season because as you're about to see, the NFL is totally mashed up right now. I mean, we got Justin Jefferson on the Jaguars. We have Lamar on the Chiefs, which as a Ravens fan, I absolutely hate to see that. But then we got Mahomes on the Falcons. Kelsey is also on the Jaguars. I mean, for as far as all the superstars go, I'm pretty sure everybody is on the new team. Like, nobody is on their original team right now, as you can see. But I mean, as far as quarterbacks go, this is everyone's new team. I mean, Josh Allen on the Titans should actually be pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure the Titans do actually have a pretty solid roster right now. And it's the same story for wide receivers. I mean, everything is just totally flipped around right now. This is kind of ironic seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Packers. But anyways, I mean, in the NFL, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs have been dominating for the last few seasons, and it looks like it's probably going to be the same story today. I mean, I don't think this is the best team in the NFL right now, but they're definitely up there. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, and Malik Neighbors on the same offense is going to be terrifying. And then they also have a crazy looking defense right now. So, I mean, I think they're going to dominate this season. But anyways, I'm going to play with all the most dominant teams and try and see what I think the best team in the league is going to be. And then after that, I'll sim to the playoffs. But as I said, I feel like the Chiefs are definitely going to be up there. And with Mahomes on the Falcons, obviously you have to worry about them too. But another team that might get slept on is the Colts. I mean, they have Flowers as a wide receiver for Jaden Daniels, which should be pretty crazy. And I feel like this Malik Neighbors Lamar connection should actually be pretty nuts right now. I'm gonna see. We probably could have gone for him too, but we're just gonna pick up the first with Lamar. I really do want the Baltimore Ravens to be good, but this team is nowhere near what they used to be. I mean, the defense is good. They got TJ Watt, Trayvon Diggs, but the offense, I mean, their quarterback is Drake May, and I don't think they really have any superstar wide receivers. They do have Jahmyr Gibbs as a running back, though. So, I mean, I don't know. With the defense they have, I could see Baltimore sneaking into the playoffs, but for winning that division, I honestly feel like Pittsburgh has the best chance. And Baltimore did actually bring up a third down after that. So we might actually get held to a field goal unless we can get Reynolds open here. And it looks like we are going to have him. So that's going to go for a touchdown, which is going to give the lead to the Kansas City Chiefs first. We're coming back out here in the third quarter, though. And surprisingly enough, I mean, it looks like this game has been basically all defense. I mean, I thought it was actually going to be a pretty high scoring game, at least for Kansas City. I thought they were going to kind of demolish Baltimore. I mean, you have Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, and Malik Neighbors all on one offense. So I thought they're going to drop like 30 points at the very least. But it seems like the Ravens defense is doing their job. So this has been a lot closer than I thought. With that being said, though, I mean, if Kansas City can get in the end zone on this drive, that could very well put this thing away. And that's going to be a huge play from Neighbors. I mean, we haven't really seen like a big electric play yet. So I feel like that's the biggest one that we have had so far today. And it looks like McCaffrey's almost got the first. I might be able to end it off right here if Malik can get open like he did last time. I mean, I'm just going to go for another shot. And hopefully Trayvon Diggs isn't on him, but if he is, I might have to keep it on the ground with Lamar, and it looks like that's what we're going to be doing. I mean, this route with Reynolds did work for a touchdown last time, so I'm just going to see if we can go back to it again, and if he gets separation. I mean, I don't think that's going to go for a score. Never mind, I stand corrected. That's going to be a touchdown. So that TD from Reynolds is going to make it a 2-score game. I mean, it's not over yet, but things are definitely favoring Kansas City right now. And it looks like the Chiefs were able to sneak out with the dub in week 1. I mean, Baltimore did come back and make it a 1-score game. But either way, Lamar is going to be 1-0 to start off the season with his new team, which brings us to the next team on this list that I think is going to dominate the league this season. I mean, it's the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, they have Mahomes. That right there is enough to win the NFC. And they also have Saquon Barkley and Cooper Kupp. I mean, this offense could be better, I guess, but these three are definitely going to carry the team. And on the defensive side of things, I mean, the pass rush could be a lot better, but we do have a crazy secondary. I mean, we got Byard, we got McKinney, and we got McDuffie. So I feel like we should be able to dominate Pittsburgh, but they do have a pretty solid defense, as I said. I mean, they do have 2 Baltimore Ravens on that team, which is, again, kind of ironic that they're playing for their rivals now, but Humphrey and Hamilton are definitely going to be a threat today. Barkley is gone, though. For some reason, this looks right. I don't know why, but I can definitely see Saquon rocking a Falcons jersey. But anyways, I'm just going to keep it on the ground again, and that's another decent gain. I mean, I will take the 5-yard pickup, man, but I'm going to switch it up a bit and see if we can get Cooper Kupp open. I mean, him and Mahomes should have a pretty solid connection here, and that's going to go for a first down from Kupp. I mean, I know this is the first game of the season for the Falcons, but right now, I do not see any weaknesses with this offense. I mean, we're just dominating. Of course, the Steelers bring up a third down right after I say that, though. But I feel like we should have Cooks open off of this route if it works out the way I want it to. We're getting hit, though. This might not be the smartest decision, but I feel like this is a really long field goal. So I'm going to go for it on 4th down and see if we can pick up the first. And it looks like our gamble's going to pay off. So Cooks is going to clutch up and get the first down for us. I mean, we definitely needed that, because if that didn't work out, we are going to be getting taken off the field. But anyways, that should be another one right there. Cooper Kupp's going to be wide open. So now we're in the red zone. And I mean, the way that Saquon has been running the ball so far on this drive, I feel like he should definitely be punching this in. Come on. Come on. That's so close. I thought our path was going to be a little bit better than that, but we're still only 2 yards away. So, I mean, as long as the O-line can actually hold up here, we should be in for the score, and it looks like that's going to be a touchdown. So that's going to be Saquon Barkley's first touchdown of the season, which is going to give the lead to Atlanta first. We're coming back out here in the 3rd quarter, though, and surprisingly enough, Pittsburgh is actually keeping up with us. I mean, we're all tied up at 17, and Barkley's still up, so that's going to be a first down. Steelers did bring up a 3rd down after that, but I mean, as long as we don't get sacked, I'm going to go for it on 4th down. So I'm going to try and go for a shot here. Man, I really wanted that to work out. Either way, we got the first down with Mahomes. I mean, I could have gone for B there, but I feel like that was kind of risky, so I'm just not trying to throw any interceptions. I might have Conklin right here, though. Yep, we got him. That's going to be a first down. I mean, we're in the red zone now, so as long as we don't throw an interception, we should be getting at least 3 points on the board. But the way this game has been going, I feel like we kind of need to score a touchdown. But we did get struck with holding after that, of course, so that backed us up a little bit. But Kupp is going to have it for the first. And after that, I mean, we are literally 1 yard away from the touchdown. So I feel like Saquon should be able to punch this in, and it looks like that's going to be his 2nd touchdown of the game, which is also going to give the lead back to Atlanta, but I don't think this thing's over yet, because the Steelers have been doing really good. But after that, it looks like we were able to hold on for the dub. I mean, Pittsburgh did score again. They had 2 opportunities, but our defense got a pick 6. So that's going to be a dub for the Falcons. But after that, we went ahead and simmed to mid-season to see what was going on, and this is what the AFC is looking like right now. I mean, the Bills are 6-1, which is a lot better than I thought they were going to do. And obviously, the Chiefs are also only a 1-loss team, which we kind of expected going into the season. And then in the NFC, I mean, it looks like the Falcons are a 3-4 with Patrick Mahomes, which I did not expect. I thought they were going to do a whole lot better than that. But Washington is 6-1, and it looks like CJ Stroud and the Cowboys are 5-1. I mean, it looks like the NFC East is the best division in the NFL right now. And then the Bears are also 5-1. But I mean, I guess we'll see what's up with the #1 seed in the NFC. I mean, it looks like we have Dak Prescott as our quarterback, and he has Ayuk to work with. So this is actually a pretty solid offense, and they have Olave. This is actually a really solid wide receiver room. And on the defensive side of things, I mean, this is obviously not the best defense in the NFL right now, but they are pretty solid. And it looks like we have a huge game in week 8, because the 6-1 Commanders are going to be playing the 5-1 Bears. Anyways, I mean, I guess we'll see if we can get on the board first here. I'm just going to see if we can get Olave open. I mean, if he can get any separation at all, I feel like we should have the first down. We barely got that off, but it's going to work. I gotta say, though, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that the Bears have such a good record right now. I mean, they definitely don't have a terrible team, but their quarterback is Russell Wilson. I know he is starting to play a lot better in real life right now, but in the game, he's only a 77 overall. So I didn't think they would be this overpowered, but they seem to be tearing through the league right now. That's almost a first from Gibson. I guess we're only 1 yard away here, so I'm just gonna put in the air, which might not be smart, but if we can get any separation with Olave or Ertz, we should be good. And that was definitely not the move. I mean, seriously, we need 1 yard. I feel like we definitely should have this on the ground. So I'm just going to keep it with Gibson. And this time we're going to have it. So our gamble on 4th down is going to pay off again. And we are in scoring position. So at the very least, we should be able to put 3 points on the board. But I'm going to try and go back for Olave here. and he's gonna have nobody on him. So that is a first down and some. I might be able to just keep it on the ground from here on out, man. I mean, we only need 12 yards now, so as long as we get some blocks, we should be good. We did not get any blocks right there, though, so I'm gonna give this one more try, but if we get stopped again, I'm gonna have to put it in the air. Oh, that was crazy. Okay, and he fumbled it. Come on. No way that's how we're gonna end the drive off, bro. I actually can't believe that just happened, man. We were this close to scoring. We're coming back out here in the fourth quarter, though, and it looks like we do still have a chance to win this thing, but we only have a minute and 43 seconds on the clock, so this is a very important drive. I mean, a field goal is gonna be enough to send this thing to overtime, but a touchdown will win it. So obviously, you know what we're gonna be going for here. We should have Ayuk again. That was almost intercepted. I'm just running a safe route after that, bro. I mean, we gotta be a lot more careful with the ball here, but the thing is, I mean, we kind of need to rush. That should be a first. Let's go. We're gonna have Ertz open, so that's gonna get it almost to midfield.
2 seconds later.
Now we need 10 yards just to get the first down. Oh, man. I don't think Ayuk's going to be open here, so I'm probably going to have to try and go for Olave, who is also wide open. He was not open at the start, but either way, we got the first down with Prescott. I mean, the downside is we only have one timeout remaining, so if we get sacked or anything, we're probably going to have to kick the field goal, but Ertz is going to be open, and that should honestly be enough to do it. And just like real life, this game's going to come right down to the wire, but Washington is going to sneak out with the dub, which moves them to 8-1 on the season. After that, we went ahead and simmed to week 14 for the final stretch before the postseason, and this is what the NFC is looking like right now. I mean, Washington is still on top, but obviously the Eagles are starting to catch up. I mean, they're pretty close to getting the #1 seed themselves, and it looks like they do actually have a pretty solid roster as well. I mean, they got Rodgers, they got Nico. That should be a pretty solid duo right there. And then on the defensive side of things, I mean, this might be the best defense in the league right now. I mean, it's looking pretty loaded to me, and it looks like they're going to be taking on the 6-6 Panthers in week 14, who do actually have a pretty solid team. I mean, they got Pacheco, Hufanga, and Hill as their top players. I didn't even realize this, but apparently we do also have Leggett, so he's playing against the team that actually drafted him, which should be interesting, but come on, give me that. That's going to be a first down from Leggett and some. You don't hear a whole lot about him since he is playing for a garbage team right now, but I feel like Leggett actually has some serious potential. I'm going to see if we can get Olave, or not Olave, Collins. I don't know why I thought this was Olave, but we do have him open. So 27 yards to go and we're in for the touchdown. I don't know how this route's going to work out, but I'm going to try and go for Collins and see if he can get away. He's got that. That's not going to be a touchdown, but we're set up. I mean, I'm just going to keep it on the ground and see if Achane can punch this in for us. The O-line kind of screwed us, though. They did not block out whatsoever. So I guess it's third down, but we only need 1 yard, and this time we're going to be getting in. So Achane's going to score the first touchdown of the game, which does give us the lead first. Philly was able to close this thing out after that, so they're going to take another dub, which ties them for the #1 seed. So I mean, things are definitely starting to get interesting right now, but I guess it's time to sim to the playoffs and see what's going on. And in the NFC, it looks like the Philadelphia Eagles did end up getting the #1 seed with a 12-5 record. The Commanders also went 12-5 though, so it was a crazy race. And in the AFC, surprisingly enough, it looks like the #1 seed is going to go to the New York Jets, who were 12-5, but it was a three-way tie between them, Buffalo, and Kansas City. But the most entertaining game of the wildcard round has got to be Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson, so I guess we'll see how this goes. I mean, Lamar Jackson and the Chiefs are definitely the favorites to win this game, so I'm gonna try and help out the underdogs, but things are not looking too good for Tennessee right now. It is kind of cool to see that Derrick Henry ended up back on Tennessee, though. I mean, he has had a pretty solid season, but by the looks of it, their season is probably going to be coming to an end in this game, unless we can get in the end zone on this drive right here. And if that's the case, this is going to be a totally new ball game, but I'm going to try and go for Kirk this time, and he is going to have that for the first down, and we're going to get the juke to work out. So that's going to be a pretty big pickup from the Titans right there. And as you've probably noticed, Amari Cooper is on this team as well, so it looks like him and Josh Allen did once again end up on the same team. That's a first from Henry. I'm just going to keep running it with him because he has his X Factor activated right now, which means the Chiefs are probably not going to have an answer for this guy. That's another solid gain right there. If we can't get the first down here, I'll probably just put it in the air. there, but I mean, come on, bro. 4 yards, he should have this pretty easily, and it looks like he's actually going to be getting caught. Never mind, he got the first. This guy has to be one of the most overpowered players in the game, man. I mean, as soon as you think you have him on the ground, he just keeps going. I don't know how he does it, but I'm going to keep it one more time, and it looks like Henry is going to be in for the score. So that's going to make it a 1-score game, man. I mean, if we want to win this thing, our defense needs to clutch up, but it's definitely doable. And I wasn't actually expecting this to happen, but it looks like the Tennessee Titans did go on to pull off the upset against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's pretty big right there. But this is what's happening for the rest of the playoff bracket. I mean, in the divisional round, it looks like we have Vikings versus Falcons, Eagles versus Bears, Jets versus Titans, and Texans versus Dolphins. And I feel like Atlanta versus Minnesota is definitely the best game in this round. So once again, I'm going to try and help out the underdog, who is currently winning this game. That's a big run from Pollard. I mean, if we can score here, that could pretty much put things away because there's only 4 minutes left on the clock. I mean, Winston beating Mahomes would be pretty crazy. I mean, if Mahomes loses, that means there's going to be no Mahomes and no Lamar and no Burrow in the championship round, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, we do have a lot of weapons on this team, which is probably why we're playing so well with Winston as our quarterback. I mean, he has Smith and Jigba, Kittle, and Diggs. And then we do also have Tony Pollard as our running back. So this team is definitely pretty loaded on the offensive side of things. And it looks like Pollard's going to have another solid game. Looks like things are going to be getting interesting, though, because it is 3rd and 6 now. So we need to get 6 yards to keep this drive alive. If not, we're going to have to give the ball back to Mahomes, which is something we don't want to do. That is going to be a huge play from Diggs because he was about to get tackled short of the first down, but somehow he just kept on going. And that could be another one right there. Smith and Jigba's gonna come down with it. I mean, I feel like we're honestly one solid play away from sending the Vikings to the NFC Championship game, which is something I did not think was gonna happen coming into this season. I'm gonna try and run a pivot route, though, and see if Diggs can get open again. I mean, any separation at all in this part of the field should be enough for a touchdown. Oh, come on. That's probably not gonna happen. So we'll just keep it with Winston, who's gonna have it on the ground either way. That's gonna put us up by 10 points. Which could very well do it. Mahomes did make it close after that, but either way, we are going to sneak out with the win. So the Minnesota Vikings are going to pull off the second biggest upset in the postseason. But this is what the rest of the playoff bracket looks like. I mean, it looks like Josh Allen is still alive, and they're going to be taking on the Dolphins. And it looks like the Vikings are going to be taking on the #1 seed Eagles. We got to try and help Josh Allen finish the job here, though, because he is still the underdog. I mean, if he can make it to the Super Bowl with a 9-8 record, that is going to be a pretty crazy playoff run. But so far, it looks like we do have the lead over Miami, who does have Jordan Love as their quarterback. But anyways, we got struck with holding after that, of course, which backed us up quite a bit. But we're going to have Amari Cooper open. Still not enough for the first down, though, man. So if this doesn't work out, we're probably going to have to kick a field goal, which will put us up by 7 points either way. But oh, what a play. I didn't think that we were actually going to pick up the first down there, but I'm happy that we did, because now we have a chance to make it a 2-score game. And with 4 yards to go, I feel like Derrick Henry should get this no problem. I mean, he couldn't punch it in there, but we're literally 1 yard away. So I feel like he should have it this time, as long as the O-line holds up, and that's going to be an easy score. And that touchdown puts the Titans up by 2 scores. So if our defense can hold on, that could send us to the Super Bowl. And after that, it looks like they were able to hold on for the dub. So the 9-8 Tennessee Titans are heading to the Super Bowl. So it looks like Josh Allen and Derrick Henry definitely turned on the Jets once the postseason started. But to end things off, it looks like MVP is going to be going to Lamar Jackson, which really isn't surprising. Josh Allen was 4th place in the votings, though. And in the Super Bowl, it looks like it's going to be Tennessee versus Philadelphia. And you already know what it is, bro. I mean, we got to try and help Josh Allen finish the job here. We've stuck with Tennessee pretty much the whole postseason ever since we beat Baltimore. So it would be pretty cool to see them get the job done here. Aaron Rodgers does currently have the lead right now, though. So hopefully we can at least get a field goal to tie things up. But I'm going to keep it on the ground with Henry again. Actually, that is not Henry. I didn't really realize that we had Mostert out. But either way, he's going to get almost a first down for us. But we still need 3 yards to keep the drive alive. But luckily, we're going to have Kirk open. So that's going to put us in scoring position. We haven't really done a whole lot with Amari Cooper on this team, so I'm going to see if he can get open, but if Jalen Ramsey's on him, we might have to throw it away because that is the last guy that we want to throw the ball near. Oh, that was almost bad. I didn't think he was going to be able to get a hand on that there, but I might try and go for Okonkwo here. Unless, oh, dude, we're going to have to keep this on the ground. And we're not getting away. That is a huge loss, man. I mean, Derek Brown definitely clutched up there. So now we need to get 20 yards all in one go. And no way, we're short. I mean, for a second, I thought he was going to stay up and get that. But either way, I'm just going to go for the field goal just to make sure we tie things up. Because 4th and 5 is a little bit steep. But either way, after that, I mean, this game did come right down to the wire. But it looks like Josh Allen was not able to pull off the upset. Because the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be getting the job done. I mean, it kind of makes sense because they were the #1 seed. And arguably the best team in the league this season. Because their roster was absolutely loaded. We can't see them hoist the Lombardi trophy though, because we were using the Titans. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, make sure you drop them down below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. And while you're down there, check out my socials. I got everything linked in my description. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.